Hi guys, so we have another presentation lined up today, another demo, and we have Alberto from our developer relations team. He's the mastermind behind much of the tutorials and the videos that you've seen. He's actually going to be showing Balancer, which we worked with the Parity team to port to Moonbeam, so I'll let him take it from here.
Yeah, thanks, Katie. Yeah, so it's really exciting to be taking part in this Illuminate 21 event. And as Katie mentioned, well, my name is Alberto. I work at developer relations at PureStake. And today, we're going to talk a little bit about Moonbeam, but more importantly, we're going to demo Balancer working on our Moonbase alpha testnet. So it's actually an implementation that you can go ahead and use it right now in our testnet. Yeah, a little bit about me. So I'm Alberto, developer relations manager at PureStake. I started working here in June last year, and you can find my GitHub handle, my Twitter account, and my email in the slide. I'm very active in Discord, and we're always helping people, answering questions and helping them out in their implementations on Moonbeam. And we truly believe that the onboarding experience for developers needs to be as best as possible to really build a great ecosystem. So yeah, with that, let's just start with the same old questions we always ask. That is, what is Moonbeam? So at base layer, Moonbeam is an Ethereum-compatible smart contract platform. And we're going to be a parachain in both Kusama and the Polkadot ecosystem. So it's more than just an EVM implementation. We have added layers of functionalities on top of a base EVM implementation. And this actually makes us provide a more seamless or frictionless Ethereum experience for both users and developers. So for example, our Web3 RPC allows us to users and developers use these Ethereum-based tools, such as, for example, MetaMask. And actually today, later on in the demo, we'll be using MetaMask to interact with Balancer as you would do in Ethereum, for example. We have unified accounts, which allows users to use the same Ethereum private key and public key pair to sign transactions not only on the Ethereum side, but also for transactions such as staking and governance, which are Polkadot or substrate-based features. And we have brought a ton of integrations, a lot of DeFi integrations, but a lot of infrastructure integrations, such as the graph, some debug API for transactions that allowed us to have indexer block boards such as Blockscout. And we're truly excited about the ecosystem of tools that we're building for developers and users. So yeah, with that very brief introduction, I don't want to take more time in regards of Moonbeam, and let's jump ahead into Balancer. So, this is my take on the Balancer components. This is nothing official or anything, but how I like to see Balancer is that it has, let's say, three main components, right? So the first one is called the pool management, and it's a UI where you can actually create pools, add liquidity or remove liquidity from pools, and it provides also pool information such as balances, your stake in the pool if you're participating as a liquidity provider, and so on. Next, we have the Balancer Exchange, which is another UI where you can guess it probably from the name, and it's where you actually swap tokens, right? And this includes as well the smart order router, and we'll actually see this working in the live implementation that we have in our testnet. The smart order router, it allows you to break down a single transaction, a single swap, into multiple smaller swaps. And the idea is that you'll always get the best price possible in your swap. Last but not least, we have the Balancer subgraph, which actually uses the graph implementation that we announced last week. And the idea is that every time a pool is created, there's a bunch of events emitted, and this is fetched by the Balancer subgraph. And this works together with the graph nodes and everything into providing information about the pools that are available for both the pool management UI and the exchange UI. So all these three components work in harmony to provide, let's say, the Balancer or user experience, right? And all this is available right now in the Moonbase alpha testnet. And that's what I'm going to actually demo to you guys today. I'm truly excited because we have all these components running live, and after my demo, you can go ahead and test it yourself, which is actually truly exciting. So yeah, for the Balancer demo, what I have prepared for you today, it's a three-step process. The first one is not related to Balancer, but it's exciting, so that's why I wanted to share it with you. It's a DApp that we have set in the testnet where you can actually mint ERC20 tokens. So you can use this link, connect MetaMask to it, and we'll have 9 tokens. 8 are for planets and Pluto, because Pluto is not considered a planet anymore. And you can actually mint 100 tokens per hour and use these tokens in sample DApps that we have in our testnet, such as Balancer. Right? The second part, oops, I clicked on the wrong button. The second part of the demo is actually this Balancer pool management. And in this UI, we're only going to add liquidity to a pool, but you can do stuff like create a pool, remove liquidity, and check pool information. And last but not least, we have the Balancer exchange. And in the Balancer exchange, as you might have guessed, we're going to exchange some tokens. So for example, in the screenshot you see on the right, we're going to exchange Earth tokens for Mars tokens. You can see the links in the presentation, and you can click on any of these that will take you to the URL that's working. So let's start with the demo, I guess. And the first one we're going to do is we're going to mint some ERC20 tokens from our ERC20 token faucet. You can see here that I have already MetaMask connected to the Moonbase Alpha testnet, and this is the Alice account that I'll be using for this demo. If you want to get actually started really quick with connecting MetaMask to the testnet, we just implemented this really nice button in our documentation side. If you click here, you will see a pop-up, and actually this will configure MetaMask for you, and it will connect MetaMask to the Moonbase Alpha testnet. And it's like super quick. It only takes 5 seconds, and you'll have MetaMask automatically configured for you. I don't have to do it right now because I already have it configured, right? So once I have MetaMask connected, I can just go ahead and I'm going to mint, for example, Neptune tokens, right? You can see here that I just minted Pluto, and I minted as well Earth tokens. So that's why I cannot mint them, and this Boolean is telling me that. So down here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to select Neptune. I'm going to submit my transaction. And you see you should be able to see the MetaMask pop up, and I'm going to come down here and click confirm. This truly feels like an Ethereum kind of like DApp, right? And it's because that's the power of Moonbeam. We try to provide the most seamless or frictionless experience for the end users. So once we have our transaction process, we should be able to see this balance increase to 100, and then this Boolean will turn to false because we have to wait 1 hour to mint another 100 Neptune tokens. See? There we go. I got it, the confirmation. And you can see here that I have 100 and the Boolean is set to false. All right, so the next step is we're going to go ahead into the pool management UI. You can see this is deployed and I'm already connected to the Moonbase Alpha testnet. And in here, you have all the pool information that we have deployed. And you can see some pools using this ERC20 tokens that I've just showed. So in here, we can go ahead and, for example, go into the create pool, and we can create a new pool with a bunch of tokens. And in here, we can just select the tokens that we want, set the weight, and this is going to set basically the distribution in terms of value of each of the tokens and the amount that we want to provide as liquidity. Once we've done this, we have to unlock the tokens, set the swap fee, and just confirm and create the pool. But like I mentioned before, due to time constraints, I'm not going to do this, but feel free to do it actually after the demo. So I'm just going to go back to the shared pools, and I'm going to click on this first pool. And you can see that Alice, the account that I'm using, owns 1.96% of this pool already. If I go down here, I can check this pool is made out of 4 tokens. This is the pool balance, and this is the balance that Alice has in this pool. I can actually check the swaps that people have done against this pool, and I can see the holders. So there are actually 2 holders, one's being Alice and the other one being this account. I can go ahead and add liquidity. And then when I click add liquidity, because this is already set, that's a 25% weight distribution, I just have to add it for one of the tokens. So I'll just put 10. And you can see here that I'm gonna be adding almost 10 for each of the tokens. And I'm gonna check this box. And I already unlocked, so I already approved the contract as an external spender of the ERC20 tokens. And from 2 balancer pool tokens, this is a liquidity token that basically states how much shares of this pool I have. I'm going to get from 2 to 3 tokens, right? I'm just going to click on add liquidity, confirm this transaction is MetaMask, and I'll have to wait a little bit. And you can see here, this is already providing me an overview of the new percentage of the stake that I'll have in this pool. This means that every time there's a swap using this particular pool, I'll get a little bit of the swap fee will be passed on to Alice. You can see the transaction is already confirmed. I'll just go ahead and refresh this. If my internet allows me to have this UI, there we go. And we have now 2.92% of the pool share. Now it's owned by Alice. That's pretty cool. Last but not least, what I'm going to show you is the Balancer Exchange, and you can actually access it using this button in the pool management UI. And yeah, this is truly very cool that we have integrated the ERC20 tokens that I just showed you in the Balancer Exchange that is running on Moonbase Alpha. And in here, for example, I can go ahead and let's actually trade, for example, Jupiter tokens for Mars tokens. If I go in and put 10, you will see that this is actually using 2 pools to perform this trade. But if, for example, instead of Mars, I put Mercury tokens, you can see that this is actually using 2 pools, but it's not swapping them directly. So it's using one pool to probably fetch some Mars tokens, and it's using those Mars tokens to get the Mercury tokens. But what I'm going to do actually is I don't have, Alice doesn't own any Venus tokens, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the exchange to swap some Earth tokens for Venus, right? So the UI is telling me that for 10 Earth tokens, I'll get pretty much 9.9 Venus ERC20s. And you can see that I'm using 2 pools. So once I have the exchange already approved as an spender in my ERC20 token contract, I can click on swap. I'll just confirm this transaction. And after the transaction is done, I should get 9.9 Venus tokens. You can actually also click in this pool, in this icons, and this will take you to the pool management of that pool where we can actually see the swaps and the holders as well. Right now, after the swap is confirmed, we should be able to see this swap here. Oh, this actually might be it even. Yeah, you can see that I have my transaction confirmed. And if I go back, I should have, after a little while, there we go. We have the 9.9 Venus tokens that I just swapped using the balancer that is currently deployed on the Moonbase Alpha testnet. I think this is all too exciting right now. So if I go back to the presentation, the last slide that I have for you is how you can get in touch with the Moonbeam team. We have, as far as our moonbeam.network website, we have also a bunch of documentations regarding the integrations we have worked in our doc side. You can reach out to us via Telegram. We're very active on Discord for developers, but we welcome any member of the community. And yeah, feel free to reach out to us. We are happy to help and happy to answer all the questions you might have. And basically, that's it. I think that's all I have for today.
Cool. You ended exactly on time, Alberto. It's like you've done this before. So thank you guys for this Balancer demo. Per usual, the recording will be available immediately after this session. At this point, we'll jump right into the next session, which is IDEX, session number 14. You can toggle at the top, and we will see you there. Thanks.